Well, hi, friends, and welcome to another amazing interview. I'm very excited to be speaking with a dear friend and someone who needs no introductions to Pendle Music and Arts, but we'll give her one anyway. I'm delighted to be chatting with Donna Burgmayer, or Burgmayer. We'll chat about that in a second. We're talking today because we have an upcoming event, which is our reading course. We'll get onto that in a minute. But first, here's our introduction. Donna Burgmayer, who are you?
Hi, thanks so much, Edward, for having this little chat in preparation for our upcoming reading course on January 12th. By way of introduction, yes, I have been with the Salvation Army. I was born into it many, many years ago. Before I get into the music, by day, I'm actually a nurse practitioner, and I also am an adjunct clinical instructor at Villanova University. And I say that because I've recently started to sing with their Villanova chorale too. So any environment I can get into the singing, I will try to take. As I said, I was born into the Salvation Army. I think I'm a fifth generation Salvationist. And correct me if I'm wrong, I'll ask my parents later. I grew up in the Pendle Division, which is the eastern part of Pennsylvania and Delaware. Although I lived in New Jersey, we attended the Philadelphia Citadel Corps. And it was when I was about 10 years old, I attended like a Friday night weekly singing company and learn a brass instrument. And I was enamored by all of that, but especially by my first singing company leader, Janet Straley Green, when she asked if someone wanted to learn a second part. And I love singing in more parts. I'm always that one that'll look for something else just to keep me active. I was probably a little ADD and little rambunctious, and that's in control now. Not really, but anyway, I always like to experience new things. The Salvation Army and its musical programs really kept me connected to many in times that I really needed that kind of connection. But the Salvation Army afforded me, maybe in my mid to early teens, to join the Pendle Brass and Singers when I was 14 under the leadership of Bill Flynn, who still remains a mentor to my husband and I. That's when I met my husband. He also played in that group. And during those early years, Bill is living in the West Coast for the past many, many years. But during those early years, I was afforded the opportunity to make an album uh, called Spirit of Freedom. Very scared to death to do that, but also to participate in The Singers, which is also on that album. And soon after Bill left, one of my main mentors remain to this day, Ivor and Jeanette Bosenko, who also were here for a number of years. And they really left an indelible imprint on my life at a time where I really needed it. It was mid teenage years. Especially Jeanette. They both are just equal wonderful characters. Let's just say that. But I just loved the singing and the choral music making and the fact that we were able to sing for the Lord. It was more than just putting notes and phrases together. There was a real purpose to that. And although I was involved in high school choirs and different kinds of ensembles, which I just love to this day, there was just a special experience that I had when working with Ivor and Jeanette. I got to experience Lador Music Camp, which is the Salvation Army camp for Pendle. I also was encouraged to go to their territorial music camp, Star Lake, where I met just so many mentors. And further on, after Ivor and Jeanette moved, my brother-in-law, Harold Burgmayer, I believe, joined the Pendle Music Department as a divisional music director. And he really had a long tenure in the Pendle division. He really built up a program, given his long tenure, to incorporate multiple music managers, but his leadership style was such that he really wanted to instill confidence and learning and grasping of musical, just grasping of musical concepts and sort of weaving them with the spiritual, our Christian experience, into kids, all kinds of kids, kids that may not have thought that they had it in them. And so through those generations, I was able to be on staff for music camp for multiple years, like 20 years, and hone in on my choral conducting, which is my thing. Although I'm a brass player, I love that too. And actually partake in some other college courses at Westminster Choir College, group vocal technique with James Jordan, Frocka Hausman, who is in heaven now, but just learning all kinds of vocal techniques there and group building, group choral techniques and group building. And from there, I was able and afforded. I first led a group at the Philadelphia Citadel Corps, the senior songsters, and later on, I led the Roxborough Corps in the Roxborough section of Philadelphia, their songsters, mostly since 1985, actually. Um, and it's just been a wonderful learning experience seeing the generations grow up and then further giving back to the community and their cores. And to this day, I just absolutely love singing. I love the semblance of community. I think we need that more face to face. Here we are talking virtually, but I love just face to face connection, all that nonverbal connection, all that vibe of being in the same room when we're making music.
Amazing, right? To see someone who joined in the programs as a kid, wanted to sing something different, has stayed singing the alto part ever since, and is doing some amazing leadership. I mean, it's amazing to see what God has in store for us in all sorts of different ways. Are you still singing today?
I still am singing. I'm in Salvation Army wise. I'm a part of a wonderful group, an auditioned group I'm privileged to be in, probably since the third year of its inception. It's called the Eastern Territorial Staff Songsters. And that is a group that comes from Salvationists, AKA Corps officers, which are pastors. And also, there can be employees of the Salvation Army. There can be regular lay people like myself in the Salvation Army that are soldiers, which mean members. And we come together 4 times a year. And I love it because I call them mega rehearsals, which usually start for on a Thursday and on a Friday, and there's a gig on a Saturday or Sunday. But our focus is really to bring the gospel to those that we are singing for. We do special events. We do the Salvation Army ordination, which is called commissioning. And we also minister to others in different, all throughout the Eastern Territory and beyond. Sometimes we go outside of the territory to minister. Most notably, a wonderful experience that we just did this year, as you were a part of it also, Edward, was I'm going to get it wrong now, but the convocation that we did in Canada,
Oh,
where we brought together 6 staff songster brigades, and that brigade meaning the choir or the chorus. The one that I just love, sorry, Dorothy Danskerville and the ISS, as well as the Canadian staff songsters. And then there are 4 songster brigades in the United States. And it just was a glorious moment for me personally. And I know that other hearts were touched with the music ministry of all those wonderful groups in one big cathedral with some amazing conductors. So that's a highlight for me.
absolutely. And so we're coming together today to start talking about an upcoming event. We have our reading course event coming up soon, a chance for us to gather together with people who would like to sing some music together. Donna, what can we expect? I mean, what's in store for us?
Well, this is so exciting. We did try this once with my brother-in-law, Harold Burgmayer, Burgmayer, and it was very successful. This was done in June. It's a little bit different this year. It's going to be done at a core, which is the church that I go to with the Salvation Army in the Roxborough section of Philadelphia. And that's in the Northwest section, very easily accessible to the Turnpike in case you're coming a long distance. And we will be having this rehearsal mid-Sunday at 3 o'clock. Going for a 2-hour rehearsal. We are singing the Psalms. I've picked a couple of pieces that are so different from each other, but it's a time of introspection. It's a time of worship. It's a time of praise. We hope to rehearse and run through for about 90 minutes, take a break, and then we're actually going to do a mini concert in this beautiful sanctuary. And there are some lovely surprises that I'm planning for you. And it will be followed by a period of fellowship and food. And so I think it will, I'm very excited to come together. One other thing, as I'm talking a lot here, is we want to reach out not only to the Pendel division and the Salvationists here, we are trying to reach out to community churches or other choir groups that, or even people that used to sing in college or high school and just are yearning for a setting such as this. But we're really looking forward to this time, and I hope you can make it.
Absolutely. And like Donna says, we are so looking forward to having anyone and everyone come and join us for this exciting event. The event is live right now. So if you'd like to register, registration is open. As a reminder, you do not have to be a regular member of the Salvation Army. You don't even have to have sung recently. This is a chance for anyone and everyone. All ages are welcome, all abilities. If you read music, if you don't, we have different options depending on who you are. But we can't wait for you to come and join us as we sing the Psalms together. We hope we'll see you there. The date is Sunday, January 12th of 2025 at 3 p.m. at the Roxborough Court. We can't wait to see you there. God bless you.